Welcome to my review of the 2025 Defy. Now, I bought this bike, but not only that, I've actually owned three Giant Defies over the years. I've owned the 2013, the 2018, and now the 2025. And perhaps the biggest change from the previous iteration to the latest model is the geometry. They've tweaked it, they've made it 7 mils lower. This is an ML size, they've made it 7 mils lower at the front end and only ever so slightly longer in the reach. But it's absolutely transformed the way that the bike rides. When you think about this bike and its competitors, things like the Trek Domane and the Specialized Roubaix, those are bikes that have really prioritized, in my opinion, I've owned a Domane, but they've really prioritized comfort over performance. Whereas here with the Domane, I think they've realized that you don't need these things like ISO-speed decouplers or Specialized Roubaix Future Shock, which are just cumbersome gimmicks when you consider the fact that this bike comes stock with 32 millimeter tubeless tires, so you can draw so much comfort already from the tyres, so you don't really need to worry about it. So what you've got here with the Defy, it really is much more of a performance-oriented race bike that's just slightly more comfortable, just slightly higher in terms of the stack heights. Now it's still nowhere near that of a nowhere as low as or as twitchy as a Giant TCR, but it really is a good compromise for a bike that performs very, very well in terms of a sprint, in terms of a climb, and as you can see now, very much so when you're descending. Now this bike in an ML size weighs 7.5 kilograms, which is fantastic. When you consider the Domane, it's over 8.5 kilos, or the Specialized Roubaix, even in an old Tegra build that they want $10,000 for. So I think this is an absolutely spectacular bike. I think it looks fantastic. It's got carbon everything, carbon wheels, carbon handlebars, and carbon seat posts. Therefore, I have absolutely no hesitation in saying that this bike should well be on your radar as something to pick up. Therefore, as I say, um, my recommendation is that you go for it and pick one up.